Too much is going on in modern Spongebob episodes. The plots have too much stuff in them. We went from Spongebob opening a bubble stand or going on a pizza delivery, to a 40-minute time travel timeline twist-up where characters travel between spin-off shows. Now that episode is interesting because it manages to be so boring and dragged out, despite its plot being so high concept. For me at least, modern Spongebob often manages to do both of these, dragging like crazy while having 5 billion things happening. Timeline twist-up is definitely the biggest offender of dragging while having lots of things happening, and it simply does not use its time well, unlike classic Spongebob, which perfected pacing. A perfect episode to showcase this is the original time travel episode, SB129. This episode is not only not 40 minutes long, like why, it also uses its time perfectly.
Hello? Alone at last? Squidward! Squidward!
SB129 is 11 minutes long. A little under 3 minutes of that is set up to get Squidward into the freezer.
I'll be out of here in no time.
2,000 years later.
The next 2.5 minutes are spent in the future, which lets them get off some good jokes and subversions on the usual Spongebob stuff.
Future! Thanks. Now listen.
Squidward then travels to the past, where he stays for 3 minutes, letting them do the same thing, except now with the past instead of the future.
Hi there. Well, I better be going now. Yes, that's my arm. Oh, that's sweet.
And then Squidward ends up in the nowhere dimension, where he stays for 1 minute, which perfectly manages to build up the sense of dread that Squidward feels, while not dragging it on to, you know, make the episode 40 minutes.
I gotta get out of here!
And then finally Squidward travels back to the present, where the story wraps up perfectly by connecting back to the earlier plot point of the past.
Jellyfishing! No! Oh, who's the barnacle head who invented that game anyway? You are, Squidward!
This is an episode that has multiple distinct plot points of different times that Squidward travels to, and they're all perfectly paced. The setup does not take too long to get us into the time travel stuff, and it delivers some great jokes along the way.
How about now?
No,
Now?
no,
Now?
no,
Now?
no,
Now?
no, no! What?
Compare this to the mess that is Timeline Twist Up. This has the Patrick Star Show frauds traveling to 4 different episodes, like past episodes, so 1 more place than SB129, which had future, past and nowhere. The only other difference is that Timeline Twist Up is 40 minutes long. So here we don't only spend way too much time on each place they time travel to, we also have the most boring and dragged out setup of all time.
Remember, no clue is too small.
It legit takes the length of an entire normal episode until they even get the time closet to work so that the time travel stuff can happen. That is 11 minutes of setup for a Spongebob episode. That should, in my opinion, legit never be a thing. But the length of the episode is... it is what it is. A 40-minute episode is a 40-minute episode, and that's not a bad thing in of itself. Of course, a longer episode might have longer setup. It's how it executes this time. The setup is not just long, it is extremely boring. Oh shit, I just did the AI thing. It's not X, it's Y. Busted. But what was I saying? I like threw myself off. It's not that nothing happens in the setup. It's I did it again. I'm about to do it again. I have like watched too many AI videos, so now I have the AI writing on my brain. The thing is, okay, let me just say it like this. Nothing happening is not the problem. I'm doing it again. Okay. It's extremely unentertaining, if that's the word. That's the problem with the setup. It's so boring to watch. And then what happens after the setup is not worth the wait, and it's actually even more painful to sit through than the setup. Because what this episode proceeds to do is in a way completely opposed to what SB129 did. SB129, as an episode of the first season, showed us the future and the past, which was something very new for the show.
Wow, primitive. That's sort of an old world charm.
Timeline Twist Up, as an episode of the 16th season, shows us 4 different Season 1 episodes, which most fans should be very familiar with, and then goes on to make them worse. Oh, and also it's 30 minutes longer. Like, the showing of all the episodes and making them worse, that takes up 30 minutes. I think there's just something so interesting in this comparison. Like, this one episode introduced completely new concepts to the show, and this other episode reused old episodes and made them unwatchable. Every past scene in Timeline Twist Up feels like the Smiling Friends videos where someone inserts their unfunny OC into an episode.
Say, that was my son's little friend!
The Patrick Star Show characters being inserted into the plots goes beyond them messing up the timeline in universe. It actually makes the plots terrible.
It's alright! Let me show you how it's done. Now watch closely.
Like, in universe, the characters of SpongeBob and Patrick wants to drag the Patrick Star Show characters out, right? They want to get them out to stop messing with the timeline. But out of universe, when watching the show, you are like rooting on them to do that, not because you care about the timeline, but because you literally want them to be out of the episode, to stop ruining this like excellent episode that you could be watching instead. Like, it's just so shit. Imagine if the past and future of SB129 were already established places as 2 separate spin-offs. So everything that Squidward sees in the episode is something that the audience has already seen. And the only new thing is Squidward being there. Like, even when Squidward ends up in nowhere, the audience just goes, oh, okay, it's that place again. And then make it 40 minutes. Then you have Timeline Twist Up, basically. And this, like, synopsis, or whatever you call it, does not sound like it would make for a great episode, and it didn't.